It's not just an announcement live. What up, YT? We're not doing YT intros anymore. So posted those 2 videos, and the third to last, or the last video that I just posted, make sure you go show it some love. We have officially added a new coach inside of the AMZ Masterclass. Not only did we add one new coach, we already had a coach. He was kind of behind the scenes. He would help students here and there. But now the coaches are going to take a much more active role. No, not replacing me, but I wanted to add more value to the students. Ash, thank you for the follow. So every week, one call from your boy Luke. Every week, our newest coach that I made public today on my last video, we're going to add a second call in the AMZ Masterclass every week from my boy Jimmy. Jimmy is a 6-figure Amazon seller. I was actually on live with him the other day, if you guys were in that live. And Jimmy doesn't have a lot of followers on TikTok, but it's funny because he's tapped in for real. He already was helping a lot of people with Amazon. He does really well in the program. Just followed him. I love that, Chelsea. And yeah, super cool dude. Had a nice little chat with him, and I essentially was just like, honestly, man, I would think it would be cool to have you as a coach inside of the program. So we have Jimmy taking on a second call for the students every week. And then, God willing, next month, I have somebody else. I won't fully announce it yet, but we have somebody else. The only reason that he's not starting this month is because he's in Thailand. But we have somebody else who is going to be doing a third weekly group coaching call. So we literally tripled the amount of coaching calls that we are going to have, God willing, inside of the AMZ Masterclass in a span of 48 hours. Technically 2 weeks, because that's when they're really going to get going. So right now, Jimmy is... we already had a PPC Masterclass call scheduled for the students this week. So we're going to be doing that for this week's call. I'm going to get to everyone's questions, don't worry. And then next week, we're going to do like an interview with Jimmy inside of the program. And so it's going to be kind of like an intro for all of the students to get to know him, understand how he got to the point that he is. And then the week after that, so it'll either be where's my calendar? It'll either be, God willing, the 27th or the 29th of October. Jimmy will be doing his first call inside of the AMZ Masterclass. So I'm super excited about that. I didn't think I'd be this excited adding like coaches and coaching calls, but I think it's going to be really good for the students. So anyone who's in here, I know Alex, I think Taz is still in here, maybe not. Stay tuned, because y'all are going to be getting triple the value. And one thing that I'm going to make sure is that everything is aligned. So you're not going to get like contradicting information. I tell you one thing, somebody else tells you another thing. All the coaches are going to align in the strategies and the things that they teach. What's your opinion about raising ad budgets to gain rank and raising bids? It depends on where you're at in your journey. If I'm not mistaken, Rue, you're profitable on your ads and they're converting well, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Just followed him. Let's go. Let's go. I'm working hard to join the AMZ Masterclass. We will be very excited to have you inside of the program, Iman. Iman, another one of the big supporters in the lives. What's your opinion for minimum ad budget for relaunch? Relaunch, like I'm assuming you've already launched the product, you went out of stock and you're going back in stock. Let me know if that's correct, Philip. Because if that's the case, then you would just relaunch at the same budgets that you had before, especially if you had proof of concept on the product, it was profitable. You don't necessarily need to make the biggest changes. You will have to push for rank a little bit more, but like I have a video in my drafts. I haven't posted it yet. One of my students, he was doing a little over 10K a month. He went out of stock. He made some changes to his product, like improving his differentiators and stuff like that. And then he relaunched, and he's been in stock for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and he's already back at like 5K a month. And that's technically not in a month, that's less than a month. So he's on track to get to that 10K mark. I'll post a video about that student result as well. My Amazon got section 3. Supplier sent me wrong ASIN. Is it possible to even make a new account? Yeah, but it's kind of tricky to do that just because if anything links, they're just going to ban that account as well. When you're in, also y'all, because we haven't done this for a while, if you guys want, let's get to 6K likes and like 30 shares. If we do, we'll either do, I don't know, product research kind of feels like doing the same thing over and over. If you guys want, we'll do live product research, or we can do product development because I've really been enjoying the product development side of things. So when you're in a waiting period, waiting for a shipment or something, what do you do to be productive? I'll try to find little things here and there, like learning could be a great thing that you can do, Jack. Another thing is like if you're waiting for a full shipment, making sure that your listing is optimized, study up on what you're going to be doing with your Amazon PPC ad campaigns, the keywords that you're going to use. I never recommend people setting up drafts for their campaigns. Just from my experience, for some reason, the drafts don't necessarily like hit in the same way, but uh, I do think that you can still do the keyword research. Iman, thank you for sharing the live. Let's go. Lost, thank you for sharing the live. Good to see you, Lost. My boy Lost, also one of the big, he's always just in the background, chilling, supporting the lives. But I think this dude has missed, like, let's say I've gone live every day or every week this year. Bro's probably missed 5 or 10 lives. Sup, Luke? What up, Rob? Is it too late to get started? No, it will never be too late to get started. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that. The day that Amazon genuinely is, it's too late to start, I will stop saying it. I will say, no, yes, it is too late. I usually like ignore questions like this, but I'm very happy to answer this one. I'm curious, Bay, how does it cut my money? Not once have I had somebody say that they want to go launch the same product as me. Also, there's thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of products that you can launch on Amazon. Like even a product like a water bottle. It's not just a water bottle. You have plastic water bottles, metal water bottles. You have, I forget the other material that I've seen. You have sports water bottles. Like there are sub-markets of actual markets. So the world is abundant, my friend. So I think you're a little bit no. And that's why I'm answering the question, bro. I don't think that you're throwing shade or anything like that. But I understand. I understand where your question's coming from. I don't do arbitrage or wholesale. So not every like that part I agree with you on. Like if I sold I know this isn't on Amazon, but like Nike or like Louis Vuitton, like if I was selling a Louis Vuitton wallet on Amazon, and then I told everybody if I was reselling, because I don't resell, I create my own brands. And then I was sitting there saying like, okay, guys, this is a good product to sell. Now everybody's on the same listing as me, even though we're competing for the buy box. That doesn't make sense. That's why I don't believe in lead lists. That's why I'm not a fan of arbitrage. That's why I'm not a fan of wholesale, but I'm creating my own brands. So don't think a Nike reseller, but think Nike themselves. Obviously, I'm not Nike. Alex, thank you for sharing the live. Jimmy, you in here, bro? I saw that you joined. Yes, sir. Everybody say what up to Jimmy, the newest AMZ Masterclass coach. Let's go. Kobe and Shaq duo. Let's go, brother. Yes, sir. Basha, what's your investment strategy with the profits from your Amazon business? Are you talking on the established brands, or are you talking on like a new account that I would start, Rob? Because on the established brands, no, I pay myself a pretty healthy wage now, and On the new accounts, everything gets reinvested back in. Now, sometimes I'll pay myself less if I'm trying to, I'm assuming accounts get all funds back. Yeah. So on just one of our accounts, we actually don't have account level reserves. We have another big account where we still have it. So I think that's a little silly, but it is what it is. Now, if we're going through like a product development phase and we're going to launch like new products, or maybe like during Q4, I'll probably pay myself a little bit less because we're going to order more inventory, or right before Q4, because we try to send in the inventory before Amazon hits us with like a lower, what do you call it, inventory capacity. But in terms of like, it's based on it's based on profit. B, it's based on how big the account is, and then C, it's based on like what we're doing with that account at that time. If we're kind of coasting, not launching anything new, not Q4, then obviously payouts to myself, and then I usually go invest in some other stuff. Are margins lower in Q4? No. Yes and no. It depends. Like sometimes you can actually see higher margins in Q4, but then you're also going to get hit with the more expensive rates and stuff, like storage rates. But your conversions, if you have a good product, generally can go up during Q4 as well. So it really depends on the person, the account, the product. Would you ever do OA? You couldn't pay me to do OA. If somebody was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $250,000 right now to start an OA business," I still wouldn't do it. Like literally, you could not pay me to do online or retail arbitrage. So no. Private label the best, yes, sir. Why do you hate it so much? I just think it's not a real business. You're a glorified reseller. I respect anybody who does it. So I don't want people to think like I don't like arbitrage sellers. I don't like arbitrage creators. But if you're going and hustling and you're starting a business, hats off to you. I respect. Oh, I still don't think it's a business, but you're starting a hustle. Hats off to you. Like genuinely. Do people make money with it? Yes. But does it align with my goals? Absolutely not. I want to create brands. I want to create real brands. I don't want to be a reseller. If I wanted to be a reseller, then I would just go and resell products on eBay. Bro, I'm here. Wait until I leave. Alex, one of my students, he does wholesale. He's transitioning over to private label. He always trolls me and says that it's the best. Noob, what's good, my boy? Shout out to Jimmy. Yes, sir. Jimmy, we'll get you in the live in a little bit, bro. Let's I'm gonna answer some questions and stuff like that, but let's get you in on the second half. If anything, if you don't want to stay the whole time, I'll shoot you a text, brother. And I think that would be good. Get people knowing you and all of that as well. Jimmy's a G. Even Noob knows Jimmy's a G. Boss, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. True, I feel like OA is like a cheap and easy way to make money. I wouldn't even call it easy. I think it's just as difficult to scale. Like I did a debate, and we're actually having a part 2 of the debate tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, God willing. The only thing that the arbitrage seller could say is that you get the gratification quicker. Like that was really the only argument. It was like, oh, people can start, and within a week or 48 hours they can start making money. I was like, okay, I give you that. I gave him that. But take an arbitrage seller and a private label seller. 1 year after launching, the private label seller will likely make more. Your average private label seller. What's FBA? It stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. It's where I sell products on Amazon, and then I store my inventory there. And then every time I get an order, Amazon picks, packs, and ships it to the customer. He's not going to do it. I'll bet 10,000 he won't do it. I don't know if you were around, Alex, but we actually did it already. We did it last Wednesday. And so he says that this Wednesday, tomorrow, 10 a.m., we actually did like an hour and 30-minute debate. It was really solid. And I respect the dude. He's the only person who does arbitrage who's willing to go toe to toe with me. But like, maybe it was a little bit of like an echo chamber, because obviously, like, I'm sure people on his live thought that he won the debate and vice versa. But afterwards, I did get people from his live, because he had to go. He had some stuff to do. I asked everyone. I was like, who won that debate? I was like, tell me if I lost the debate. But objectively speaking, not because you like private label better, not because you like my content better, who objectively had a better argument? I didn't see one person who said that the arbitrage, what do you call it? Like the arbitrage, why do I blank on words like this? My mouth moves faster than my brain. But the arbitrage argument had any validity. Noob, Jimmy, and Luke, the big three. I don't know. If I'm Kobe and you're Shaq, I think Noob's the water boy. I'm just kidding. That was mean. Sorry, Noob. It's all love, bro. You know that. Noob left alive. He didn't want to hear it. I'm just kidding. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. I follow Noob. His content is real and kind of funny. LOL. I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, he is. I get a laugh from it. Noob, are you still in here, bro? There was a video. I don't think you were here when I talked about it. Maybe he's not. But there was a video he posted where, what did he say? Oh, he was talking about like me and a few other people, like where we're from, and we all just so happen to be from the same town. And Noob's like, I'm from there too. He's like, I lived there for a year too. He's like, maybe I'm a secret Amazon billionaire. He's just joking around. And then he goes, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm the most unprofitable Amazon seller that you'll find. I cracked up. That was hilarious. Even though I talk smack on Noob, I really do like the guy. He's I told him this before. I respect him for putting himself out there, because like, you look at somebody like me, you look at, some of the other big creators, like we all made content once we were successful. Noob's making content while he's going through it. So I'll launch a new product with private label with a new Amazon account. How much of stock expected? For stock and shipping, like 3 to 6K. For ad budget, I mean, you can have money set aside from ads, but your goal should never be to invest more money into ads. Like, that should come out of your profit margin. What's the best tool for finding products on Amazon? Depending on the method that you're using, if you know how to do the Amazon search method, which I've made videos on, you just need Data Dive. Now, if you want a black box software, that's going to be Helium 10. I like Data Dive 10 times better. I'm actually getting on a call. I thought it was tomorrow, but I actually scheduled it for Wednesday next week with the owner of Data Dive. And maybe this is me speaking actually, no, I'm not going to say this part, but I'm going to talk to them about adding their own version of the black box tool, because I think that it's really important for them to get that going. I don't think it's like necessary, but just because so many people are going to be coming over from like a Helium 10 and a Jungle Scout, I do think that it's important. I'm meaning how much units. I would say 100 to 300 units to get proof of concept when you're first getting started. You don't want to go all in on inventory. If you've ever heard somebody say like 1,000 units or order 10% of what your competitor is selling, that's terrible advice. Want to start? Nice. Time to lock in and get it going. Learn the fundamentals, product research, creating an Amazon account, all of that, how to contact suppliers. And I have videos on all of those things. And then start taking action. And I'm saying this generally, Francine, definitely not directed towards you, but like the amount of people who come in and say, I want to start, I can't wait to start, I'm interested. 99% of those people are never going to take action. The thing that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, or I shouldn't even call it unsuccessful, the ones who never even give them a chance to be successful in the business, the ones who don't give themselves a chance don't even get started. They don't even take action. So that's a really big thing that I see. Real quick, I'm going to send you a text, Jimmy. But y'all make sure you drop your questions in the chat. I love the lives where we get lots of questions. That's what makes the lives fun for me. And then we can even do some, in like 10, 15 minutes, we'll get Jimmy in here, the newest AMZ Masterclass coach. And we can both, go at some questions as well. I think that would be fun. Hopefully it doesn't lag. Remember last time we had AirStick in here and it lagged and like the audio got weird. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Jimmy. And just a side note, by the way, if y'all are already selling on Amazon, make sure you're tapped into the page, because I have so many PPC ad videos in the works right now in my drafts. I thought it was only 60. I have a tab on my profile with 107 PPC ad videos on Amazon. Wild. Hey, Luke, what's up, my boy? Good to see you. I'm just a little bit scared because I took an Amazon course, but not really helpful. It's not funny. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's funny that you say that, Francine, because I recorded a video. I record a lot of videos that I don't post right away, by the way. Like I literally have 60 videos in my TikTok drafts. That's why sometimes I don't even know what videos I post. But what up, Patel? Where you at? Why aren't you on the other profile? But Francine, it's unfortunate because, like, I'll tell you guys the story. You get the sneak peek. We had somebody who was interested in the AMZ Masterclass. They ended up going with another program. Totally cool. This person ends up messaging us, my onboarding team, and was just complaining. Like the program that they joined, it was, I'm pretty sure, more money than mine. And they said the services were terrible. The interaction was terrible. The curriculum was terrible. The response time was terrible. So I almost feel bad when I see people go to other programs, because it's the 90% rule, but you have to account for inflation. So it's more like the 99% rule. 99% of people and things are busters. And then you have 10%, or again, with inflation, 1% of people who are actually doing the thing. So yeah, it is unfortunate that there's a lot of like nonsense out there. One thing that I will say, find me a student who says that they didn't get value from the AMZ Masterclass, and I'll send you $100. Doesn't happen. Does that mean that every single student is going to be successful? No, I've made videos about students who have failed. I even have another video about it in my TikTok drafts. But find me a student who says that they didn't get value, that the information sucked inside of there. You will not find it. Yes, Emmy. I switch around. I've been ranking a lot for a handful of keywords, started generating organic sales, but ACOS still very much unprofitable, and tacos is barely profitable. But this is why you want to look at tacos too, bro. So think about, it's the Amazon flywheel. Your ads are driving sales, which is driving rank. That rank is helping you push up the page, which is leading to organic sales. Those organic sales are helping you be profitable overall. So let's say you have one product, so you're not like tracking it for multiple products. It's not that your ads aren't profitable. Your ads are fueling profitability, because if your ads weren't driving rank, then your tacos wouldn't be profitable. The fact that you're even barely profitable, that's a good sign. So right now you want to double down on what's working, cut what's not working. You can always circle back to it if you get like more reviews or you optimize your conversion. You never like cut something forever. For example, if you're not converting on the keyword water bottle, but you convert for like metal water bottle, you can turn off metal water bottle, but that's not forever. Again, that's like temporarily. And then, like I said, double down on what's working. Curious, what's your revenue looking like? If you want to share, because that'll kind of give me a gauge as well. Do I keep pushing for ranking, or do I just take a step back and get more profits? Well, if you're a little profitable, I think you're on the right track. What's the first thing you would do when you get an idea for a product? Start contacting manufacturers. Me, thank you so much for the follow. How do I go about gathering reviews from friends and family so that Amazon doesn't flag me? Well, first off, Nicholas, that's against Amazon's terms of service, and I would never recommend someone to do that. But if somebody were to do that, you would want to make sure that it's nobody who's been under your Wi-Fi or IP in the last 6 months, nobody that you live with, nobody who's ever, if you've logged into your Amazon account at their house, none of those things. You would allegedly want to make sure that you don't get all of the reviews all at once, space it out, have people wait a couple of days until they actually receive the product. Let's go. LOL. Okay. 5.3K in the last 30 days. I think that's solid, man. No, sir. It is not always the same screenshot. I update the screenshot every month, and I purposely have been leaving it and not updating it to 4 mil because we've already hit that, because comments like that just help with engagement. Are you the one teaching or your team members? So I'm the one teaching, but I recently literally just today announced it, adding a coach to the program. So this isn't like to proxy my students off to a coach. I don't believe in that. Students will still have the same access to me as they did previously, but I just wanted to add more coaching calls and more assistance for the students. But I'm still going to be the one answering questions in our private group. For proprietary questions, you still have direct access to me. So it's not some like proxy situation. He said, got my ad. Is FBA even worth it now? Let me ask you this. Why would it not be worth it? How do you know when a product is going to be a winner in early stages of launch? You're increasing your rank, you're increasing your conversion, you're establishing the product, and you're making sales and increasing your profitability. How much you start with? Me personally, or how much is needed to start? I was going to say, man, don't do coaches. I like having you as my point of contact. Like I said, Patel, nothing changes in the program except you guys get more coaching calls. Still have me as your point of contact. Nothing like that changes. I'm still going to be the one answering questions. What does change is that, so like Patel, we do one coaching call every week. We're going to dial it up to 3 coaching calls a week, different topics. How much did you start with? I started with 4,900. Isn't it oversaturated? No, it's the largest e-commerce platform in the world. Amazon, okay, so this is where people get a little bit confused. Amazon itself can't be saturated. If Amazon was saturated, the act of buying and selling products is saturated. Nobody should ever start a business ever again. That's like saying, is it saturated to start a website? There's millions of websites out there, but no, you would create a website for your needs if you were starting a business or something like that. Amazon is simply a marketplace, the largest marketplace at that, where people go and buy and sell these products. So no, it is not saturated. There's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of product subcategories, submarkets that you could go launch in. He says, dang, they're not accepting me as a coach yet. Nah, bro, people are going to be happy. Trust. Even right after I said that, he said, oh, that's dope. So I think it's the perception of if they think they lose access to me, which I don't believe in. I don't believe in proxying it off. It'd be different if you were coming on as a coach and I was like, okay, everybody, nobody message me anymore. I'm not going to be doing any calls. I'm not going to be answering in the FB group. And then everybody would be like, wait, what? Right? Because there's programs like that where like literally, like let's say it was me. I'm the one teaching. I'm like, okay, guys, join the program, blah, blah, blah. Here's my strategies. And then they join. And then it's like, wait, where's Luke? It's like, oh, he doesn't do any of the teaching in here. That's somebody else. I'm drop shipping though. Which one do you think is more profitable long term? Amazon. It doesn't mean drop shipping is not like good, but Amazon, because I'm assuming if you do drop, because I know there's different drop shippings, like models, but I'm assuming that 100% of your sales come from ads. More than 70% of these sales come from organic traffic, unpaid. Also, I asked UPS and they said to have the supplier file a claim, but my supplier told me a few days ago, wait, this is normal. I would give it a few days if they say that. If not, then you would want to probably take some action there with them. Not necessarily against the supplier, but get them going. Is 10K enough to launch 2 products? Yes. I think it's my price, but I can't afford to lower it anymore. How would I go about that? Don't lower it. Optimize everything else. Price is almost like is almost always the last thing that I look at. If you have a good product, a good offer, it's more than likely review, because don't you only have like 10 or 20 reviews or something like that? It's almost the listing and reviews almost always. That's sus when they hand you off. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm having trouble finding FBM products. Do you have any tips? Keep doing product research. It's a numbers game. Also, don't do FBM. FBA is where it's at. I have a question. What happens to the inventory if we don't sell it? This was my question as well. It depends. Like, it'll just sit at Amazon and start racking up storage fees. You could liquidate it. You could get it sent back to you. But like, I always tell people, like, don't worry about that. Not that it's not a worry, not that it's not a possibility, but you don't go into a football game thinking like we're going to lose, right? No, you go in thinking you're going to win. All the practice, all of the drills, all of the things that you did to prep, you go into the game thinking that you will win. Can you lose? Yes. But like, I would hope that everybody could have the mindset that I had when I started. That was not even on my mind. And guys, I was broke in a very tough position when I started, and it was just not on my mind. Was it a possibility? Yes. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, get rich quick, you're 100% going to be successful, this. But if, just like with the football example, all of the practice, all of the drills, all of the watching film, all of the studying, right? That's the fundamentals of Amazon. Doing the product research, developing the product, creating a good listing, having a good launch strategy. Like, doing all of those things is what's preparing you to, God willing, not fail. That's your goal, is to not fail. So you should never go into something thinking, I'm going to fail, assuming you do it right. Okay, I'll wait till the end of this week, then ask for a solution or something. I think that's a good move. Can Amazon go ahead and restrict the listing that you were selling? If you do something wrong, they're not going to just wake up one day and be like, we're going to restrict this. 24 reviews, 4.8 star rating. I keep trying to push for reviews, Helium 10 follow-up, insert cards, but nobody ever wants to leave one. Yeah, the review conversion rate is very low. Like, ranges from like 1 to 3%. If you're lucky, if you're really lucky, 5%. But like, that's usually for some of the big dogs. That's why allegedly I don't suggest this, but people utilize friends and family to push reviews. How many 5-star reviews are needed on Amazon for the algorithm social proof? I think before you run Amazon ads, like 10 to 15. Let's say you're making 30% profit. Are you buying more units with that, or it's part of the 70% sales? I'm buying more inventory with the profit when I'm just starting out. Sup, what's good, sheep? I hope you went and watched the last video that I posted today, brother. Big announcement in the EMZ Masterclass. I decided to talk about it on TikTok before I talked about it on with the students. I figured I would send the video to the students too. I never done a single F&F review. My family and friends would purposely leave 1 stars. I think you'd be surprised. I mean, maybe, I guess I don't know your friends and family, so I guess that's ignorant for me to claim. But there's got to be people who would be willing to support you, man. I'm gonna watch it right now. Yes, sir. Looking to buy an automatic shrink wrap machine for products instead of using poly bags. Any recommendations? I don't touch the products myself, Joe. I do private label and I don't touch my products. Not drop shipping, but my manufacturer does all the prepping. We get a third-party inspection done. Then my manufacturer sends it directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers. Outside of the sample, I don't do any work in terms of the product. I do work in terms of the marketing and optimizing. What's your business? I don't share my Amazon account or brands for reasons such as me talking about, look how much money I make on Amazon, and then me saying, by the way, here are the products that I sell on Amazon. Do you do test orders or you're confident enough to just start? I do test run orders, 100 to 300 units to get proof of concept first. I'll never go all in on a product, even at the stage that I'm at now. What do you do? Sell products on Amazon? Oh, you're working on Amazon? Yes, sir. Do you package items yourself? Nope, I don't touch the products. Nice. When can I become a coach? Get to 6 figures, brother, and I got you. Actually, let's see, let's make a goal for sheep. Get to 50K a month profitably, and we can talk. Sound good? I think that's fair. I don't think that's too wild. How so? So my manufacturer does all of the prepping. You said it only took 1 month for you to be profitable. Yes, my product ripped. Can you make 10K a month selling on Amazon? Yes, you can, but you can also not. There's no guarantees in success. Keep that in mind. I'm doing wrong, bro. Nah, bro. Never compare your journey to someone else's, and never compare your journey to my first product. I have products now that don't become profitable in 1 month. I'm talking when I said that, like, I've had products that do since then, but a lot of times, like, you're building up. Like, my second to last product that I launched was not profitable within a month. The last product that I launched is profitable within a month. So it depends. My next product should be able to pull that off on its own, God willing. There was a question that I missed. How so? So yeah, my manufacturer does all of the prepping. I send them the labels. I get a third-party inspection done in China or wherever the product is. Most of my products come from China. And then I send them the shipping labels, and then they send the product directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers, where Amazon stores the inventory. Then every time I get an order, picked, packed, and shipped by Amazon for a fee, of course. I don't touch the bulk inventory of my products. What would the first step to want to start selling on Amazon? Step 1, create an Amazon account. Step 2, get a product research software, find a product to sell. How do you get the FNSKU to your supplier? Just send them the PDF document and then have them print it on. I do, Kevin. YT is the same as my name. I also have a lot of videos on TikTok, my friend. I have a free course on TikTok. It's under the tabs in my profile. I'm still confused, Luke. Sorry. You're buying more units with the profit or part of the sales you make? Both. So let's just keep it simple here in terms of numbers. Let's say that 30% of your selling price was cost of goods and shipping. Okay. And then let's say you have a 30% profit margin. Let's say you make $10,000. So some of it's going to go gone. Like your FBA fees and stuff like that. So let's call your FBA fees 30%, 10% on ads. That's gone. Okay. And now you're going to have, so $10,000 4,000 of it is gone into the ether. Now 3,000, because remember 30% of your selling price, that's going to be the money that you spent on cost of goods and shipping. That money goes back to you. Then you're going to have $3,000 in net profit. That money comes back to you. So the 6,000 total, I'm going to spend on more inventory when I'm first getting started. Can we get a PPC only course? Yeah, I have the PPC Masterclass. Jimmy, what are your thoughts on the PPC Masterclass, brother? Shouldn't step one be open a business account? Well, yeah, that's kind of in line with creating your Amazon account. You need to have your, not business account per se, but like an LLC or an EIN or an SSN to start the account. So that all falls under step one. How do you open an Amazon account to sell? Sell.amazon.com. Kevin, thank you for the follow. Crazy bro, probably the only mentorship that has that many modules just for PPC. Please talk about your PPC master program. So mind in my one, not including pinned videos, 1, 2, 3, 4. My fourth to last video on my TikTok, I actually talk about it. Okay, so Amazon sends you more than your 30% profits. Okay, yes. They send you everything except for the FBA fees and stuff like that. If a product is good, you continue buying the same products or launch another product to scale. No, if a product is good, why would you go start a new product to get proof of concept again? Now, if you were scaling this product and then you wanted to, at some point, not your first order, reinvest some of the profits into a new product, that's okay. But like first reorder, you would want to reorder the product that was doing well for you, right? Because you already got that proof of concept. You don't want to start everything all over again to re-get proof of concept. I also realized that I didn't even realize how long we've been going live. So we won't be live too much longer. Variation what? What do you say in mind? Variation of what? Let's get Jimmy in here. FBA fees, like 40%. I don't know how much that's. I don't know much, but that's a lot in fees. Not when you consider what you get with Amazon. What up, everybody? Welcome to the newest AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Coach. Is the audio good, by the way, everybody? With Jimmy in here? Last time it was weird with AirStick in here. Let me know if my audio is good. Gonna contact suppliers tomorrow. Let's go. We could launch a new variation, not a new product. No, you shouldn't launch a new variation. It's weird again. Hold on. You're kind of muted a little bit. Let's do.
That sounds all right there.
How about now?
That sounds good.
Is it better now?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Check, check, check. Sounds like you're recording on a microwave. Better. Okay, I think
it sounds better for sure.
I think it's because my phone like sits on my laptop, so I don't hold it. So maybe when I get somebody in the live, it's like staticky or something. What about now? Are we good? Are we good? Just want to make sure that we're good on the audio. It sounds good. Sweet. Jimmy the GOAT. Yes, sir. Jimmy is the GOAT.
Yes, pin that. Yeah.
That is why he's the newest AMZ Masterclass coach. So me and Jimmy will just, you guys can keep asking your questions. We'll be live for a little bit more, and then me and Jimmy can both answer the questions, maybe get both perspectives on it. One thing that we're making sure, and we both talked about this, is like, even though now Jimmy's a coach, you're not going to get like contradicting information. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be aligned with the strategies and all of that stuff. So although we may have like different perspectives on things, it's not going to be contradicting information.
Yeah, the last thing we want is like everyone to be confused. I've seen in some of the other mentorships that it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, like me saying like okay, you guys should set your campaigns up with auto, broad, phrase, exact, and then Jimmy's like, no, only start with auto. It's like, wait, well, what do I listen to? Luke, you're the first person I've ever followed, and I've had this account for years now. Let's go, W. Thoughts on launching variation of a product doing over 30K? I think it can be a good idea, especially to take more market share. It's something that I've done, but even on the product that I just launched, we launched 2 variations, 300 units, 150 of each, and then we're looking to add a 3rd variation. So we're going to order 1,000 units. We're going to order 700 of our best seller, because that one just like outsells the other one that we launched by far. And then we're going to order 100 of the one that we've already launched, and then we're going to order 200 of our new variation. I don't do arbitrage or wholesale, Tyler. More coaches is great. Does that mean you're going to make the program more expensive? I mean, the more I add to it, like the program has gotten more expensive over time. So as of now, we'll see. Show, you message me. We've already talked about some stuff. I'm not going to mention it here, but you're good, bro. What are your thoughts on launching variations, Jimmy?
Launching variations at the beginning?
No, launching variations. Well, yeah, in the beginning and launching variations once somebody has a product doing 30K.
I think it's good because like once you scale up a product already and it's already doing well and it's proven, and you got it to be profitable, once you launch other variations, I think you can capitalize on that more and kind of get more sales.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you'll probably convert a lot better against like other sellers too, you know. Like if they have a bunch of variations and you're like the only one with just a single SKU, it's gonna be a little bit harder.
Yeah, I've even had times where I've launched a new variation of a product. So like, let's say I launched 2, and then one obviously is going to outperform the other, and then I launch a 3rd variation, and that 3rd variation hits better than the other 2 that I launched. Show, thank you for sharing the live. Let's go.
So like sometimes I guess you can like when you first launch, you can maybe order like 50 units of like one variation or like a color, and then 50 of the other, and then kind of have 2 running at once. I mean, you can try that. It's just,
yeah, I think that you definitely don't want to go all in. Like, don't make assumptions that a variation is going to do good, because I'd made this mistake with these booty band products that I sold one time. It's considered a failed product. That's why I talked about it now. But so everybody in the market sold a pink, teal, and purple 3-pack. And then, so I was like, okay, that's going to be my best seller because it's the one that does well. I think I ordered like, this was also before, I kind of messed up on this one. I think I ordered like 500 units. So I ordered like 350 of that one. And then I was like, you know what? I'm also going to launch a black, blue, and gray 3-pack. And I was like, only 150 units, because obviously this product is geared more towards women. They probably want the more girly colors. The other one outsold the pink one, the pink variation, by a lot. So I was scrambling because I had to reorder inventory because I obviously didn't order as much. I didn't split it 50-50. We're going to take the PPC Master course this week. We need more skills with ad campaigns. Let's go. Mind your business. Make sure that you hop on a call with my team. That's the only way that you'll be able to get access to it in the TikTok bio. Jimmy, do you have any tips for mentality and growing stages of Amazon FBA or business in general?
Yeah, I do. I mean, mentally, it's definitely draining in any business that you do. I think business is not meant for everyone. There's definitely going to be a lot.
Did Jimmy just disappear for
Yeah,
anybody
just
else?
on the goal and just.
Oh. Was I the only one that paused for? I think you maybe it was just for me.
Did anyone? I don't know.
I thought your phone turned off for a second.
Yeah, I don't know if I cut out then.
You didn't hear it show, or it was just me? If everybody else heard it, that's fine. But it paused. Re-say that.
I just said, in every business, I think it's definitely mental. Definitely have to prepare yourself for that. I think business is also not meant for everyone. But if you really want something, you just got to be willing to, stick through the ups and downs. Don't just half-ass anything that you do. I feel like nowadays, a lot of the younger generation, they kind of just have the shiny object syndrome, and they just kind of dabble their feet in one, halfway, and then they fail, they give up, and then they're on to the next thing, and then the cycle continues.
Yeah.
I think if you really want something, you got to give it like 110%, fail. And then just, it sucks, but get up and do it again, And I think in life, what you get is what you put in is what you get.
Everybody read this book.
The 10X rule.
Yep. Younger generation. How old is Jimmy? How old are you, Jimmy?
I'm getting unk. I'm 28 this year. Everyone's calling me unk.
I feel like he says, dang, don't say it like that, Sheep. Sheep's one of the students as well.
Mm-hmm. He said, damn. That's everyone's reaction.
I think it's because I could be wrong. I just assuming that I probably look older than you, and I'm 26.
Oh, you're 26? I thought you were older than me.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's
right, damn.
Yeah, I'll be unk in a couple of years.
It's just the Asian genetics, we age gracefully.
Dude, I thought Noob was like 16.
No, baby face.
Noob's 29.
Yeah, he's unk for sure.
Mm-hmm. When do you officially get unk status? Is it 28?
I think 30. But,
okay.
That's right around the corner. But I feel like everyone still has that same reaction. They're just like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Noob's 29. Yeah, bro. Noob's 29. He literally looks. I'm no joke. I thought he was like 20, 21.
Yeah, no, I was shocked too.
He's out here. He's out here doing the thing. All right, let's go. Top 3 mistakes that Noob Trader made.
Launch too many products for the first go at it, being a new seller.
Mm-hmm.
No differentiators.
Yeah.
And seasonal product.
Yeah. And launching a product like bed sheets and only launching like a twin size.
Yeah.
That was
when I looked at the market, right, for one of his products, I instantly knew, didn't even need to pull up any of the data. I was just like, yeah, no, this is cooked.
Actually, because I told you that product came on my radar and I denied it. I want to look at the data because
Do you know the other one that they gave him?
Yeah, the one that's like
it has like a bunch of variations. Other sellers have a bunch of variations.
Yeah, I did see that one. Yeah, so Noob's average reviews in the market that he launched is 2,000. Let's check this. Reviews, filter under 200. In terms of ASIN, oh my gosh. So in terms of parent level revenue, there's a multiple under 200 reviews that make 10K plus a month. When you look at ASIN level revenue, there's not a single one that one single ASIN does 10K plus a month. The highest is 3,200.
No, yeah, I like to see 20% of new sellers at least doing 10K.
Wonder where you got that one from.
The
How many variations should you add to a product? It depends on the product itself. Like I don't recommend launching in products like, let's say, a baseball hat. Like baseball hat, you have to have, there's multiple different size heads, right? So unless you have one of the like the clip ones, but that's not a, no, that's not baseball hats. Baseball hats are the fitted. So you'd have to have multiple sizes. I don't want a product that's reliant on multiple sizes. Like a dog, like even like a dog bed. Like, a little Chihuahua is not gonna, well, a big German Shepherd's not going to be able to fit in like a dog bed that's made for a Chihuahua. So like maybe a bigger one can fit all sizes, but like if you go and launch a smaller size, that's not going to be catered to everybody in the market. But in terms of like a product that's not reliant on variations, you could always test like two, because you'll always have one that performs better. Like it's never going to be like, let's say total you're doing 10K. It's not going to be 5K, 5K. It's most likely going to be like 8K, 2K, or 9K, 1K. To go with that, though, Alex Ramosi said, do so much volume that it would be crazy you don't succeed. Noob did that, I would say, when launching. I'm going to be the devil's advocate to this one, because I feel like I did that when I was launching, but I only launched one product. But it was the output that I did. Like I was on social media for the brand. I was making content. I was doing photo shoots. I had so much output that it was crazy that I wouldn't succeed. But it's almost like, what's an example of this? It's kind of like if I took a handful of darts and threw them at the wall and just hoped one of them stuck. That's not necessarily me having the crazy output where I perfect and master darts. Now, if I, spent 5 hours straight throwing darts, like that's a crazy output to the point where it's like after that 5 hours, it would be crazy if I didn't hit a target. He did not succeed. That's crazy. He's a cool guy. I hope nobody thinks that I'm throwing shade at bro. Like I do respect him, and I wish him the best and all of that stuff. Like I've given so much advice. We also got another student up in here. Airstick, did you watch my last video, bro? Airstick's a G, Jimmy. You'll definitely get to know him.
Sweet.
He's I think you're 7-figure seller now, Airstick. He owns the brand Airstick. He's public about it, so I'm allowed to say it.
Airstick.
He's the one who actually put me on to TikTok Shop. I get that. Makes sense. You made the bullseye bigger. He says 2-figure seller. Get out of here. Do you have people to take care of your product social medias, or you do it yourself? Both. Like we get UGC content made. I'm not the one, like you guys will never see on one, like if you were ever to stumble upon one of my brand pages, you'll never see me there. But I handle a lot of the social media myself. But we'll get content created. If I'm doing like photo shoots and stuff, I enjoy that stuff. So it's not because I have to, but it's because I want to. I'm organizing that. Do you think TikTok Shop? I think TikTok Shop is solid. It's a good strategy that you can add on top of your Amazon strategy. For sure. Have you ever messed with TikTok Shop, Jimmy?
I was trying to do it. I didn't get to it yet, but I still plan on doing it just because I want external, traffic and exposure, anyways. So.
New coach Jimmy, what's up? Good to meet you. Yes, sir.
What's up, Airstick? Nice to meet you, bro.
Data doesn't show they convert. Doesn't show who converts, mind. TikTok has done wonders for people I know's Amazon business and for my own Amazon businesses. Like without a doubt.
Yeah, I think if you build a brand and you put yourself out on TikTok and then have your own website too, it's just like a big cycle that just kind of collect everyone.
Like, what's a product? There's this one I saw on TikTok Shop. Has anybody ever seen the product where they like, it's like a little liquid and you make these molds of like animals and stuff like that, and then you put it in the water? You usually see videos on TikTok or influencers. Nah, man, trust me, it does. It's not necessarily measurable, but I promise you it does. So let me go. Hold on. I'll literally show you right now something. Am I logged in? Oh, I'm not logged into my Amazon account on my computer, my buyer's account. So never mind. But I forget what it's called, but it's like literally, I'm almost sure that you guys will see it now that I mentioned it. But it's like little molds of like a crab or a starfish or something, and you like fill the mold, you put it in water, and then it becomes a little toy. I was looking at them on Amazon. They're doing numbers on TikTok Shop, and then you go look at all the knockoffs, and then you go look at that specific brand, they're crushing it. They don't even have that many reviews. Take another product. Has anyone seen the one on TikTok where, like, I actually bought this one, where you put your hand in, not sponsored, put your hand in the mold, and then like you leave it there for 5 minutes, and it's like people holding their hands. Have you seen anyone? So that one, they're doing numbers on TikTok. They have so much traffic. There's a bunch of copycats as well. They don't even have that many reviews. Go look at their numbers on Amazon. They're doing crazy numbers. That's because people like myself, I literally saw that product on TikTok. I was like, oh, that'd be cool for me and my lady. Went to Amazon to buy it because I was like, I don't want to buy it on TikTok. They converted on Amazon.
Yeah, just because everyone will go to Amazon anyways, just because the fast shipping.
Mm-hmm. Should you do one keyword per campaign only for exact match campaigns? Not at the beginning, but as you scale, yes. At the beginning, I don't think you necessarily, you want to collect data first. Luke
at the
being
beginning, put 20 keywords in one campaign.
Huh?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Definitely not 20.
Just had a heart attack right there.
I was like, oh man. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, not. It's like, sorry, man, it's not gonna work out. I'm just kidding. TikTok Shop blew up my Amazon Airstick. He at some point was one of the top 3 sellers on TikTok Shop. He was getting invited to TikTok New York, TikTok LA headquarters. They were asking him what he was doing right, because he was just crushing it. He sells a little phone holder.
Oh.
Actually, hold on. Jimmy, if there's questions, you answer. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Not sponsored. Airstick phone holder.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just killing it with that, huh?
Crushing it. He's going to launch a version 2 as well. All right, we've been live for a whole minute, a little longer than an hour actually. So y'all, again, this is Jimmy, newest AMZ Masterclass coach. Y'all make sure to go show some love to my last few videos. Go show some love to Jimmy's page. And if y'all are interested in the Harvard of Amazon FBA private label education, go check out the AMZ Masterclass in the TikTok bio. Apply, hop on a call with the team. Mind your business, definitely go. It's funny saying that out loud, but that name. But definitely go apply in the TikTok bio. Send me a message as well. And I hope everyone has a blessed night. Stay tuned for more with me and Jimmy. And I'll see y'all soon.
Appreciate it, Luke. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Later, brother.
All right. Good night, bro.